So yeah, Chamber of Secrets sucks. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Chamber of Secrets. Actually, I distinctly remember when I first showed my brother Harry Potter, we skipped Chamber of Secrets on my request because I was like, fuck no, I can't, I actually can't stomach it. I don't want to watch it. I really don't like Chamber of Secrets. Prisoner of Azkaban's okay. I remember how it starts, because, you know what? So, with Prisoner of Azkaban, like, the first half is like a 7 out of 10. Until, like, everything up until the Time Turner is introduced and used is pretty good. You start with, like, Aunt Marge blowing up, and flying off because she pissed off Harry, and that's funny. Harry running away, and then accidentally calling the night bus, seeing Sirius, and thinking it's death or something. He's thinking it's just a big dog. And then calling the night bus an accident, going to the leaky cauldron, finding the Minister for Magic, and he's just like, there's no trouble at all, Harry, the fucking dirty-ass politician. I think that's the movie with the chick going around doing the housekeeping, and then there's just like a dragon or something, and she'll come back later. I think it's also where the Monsters Book of Monsters is introduced. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff, just from the top of my head. Like, the Hippogriff class with Hagrid, that's really fun. The Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson with the Boggart is really fun as well. The Dementors are really terrifying and really cool. I mean, they are the most, like, disgusting creatures to walk the earth, and they're properly terrifying, as they fucking should be. They can just, like, free fly in the movies. In the books, they just hover. They can't go up in the sky and shit. They just glide along the ground. Although, I might be wrong about that. Yeah, Dementors are fun. The Marauders map is introduced, which lets Harry go to Honeydukes and, like, go to the Shrieking Shack and all that. That's fun. Lupin is just a good fucking time all around. It's Prisoner of Azkaban's one of Snape's best roles. Peter Pettigrew is appropriately pathetic, disgusting, and you really want to hurt him. Punching Malfoy is fun, and then Harry nearly dying at the lake is pretty cool. And then the time travel gets introduced, and suddenly I don't fucking give a shit, because it's just it's not really, but it's just basically like just retelling the same story but from a different perspective, going back in time to further the story in the future. Like, what? Like, and it's like, and time is explained to be like a closed loop, so like whatever happens is meant to have happened, so it's fine. But like, that doesn't, but if that's true, then Buckbeak never died and Sirius was just automatically fine. And I know it's like, oh, but if they never went back in time, but it's like, yeah, but it's already happened though. The time travel shit makes it boring. Harry learning to overcome his fears and learn the Patronus charm is really cool. It's the first time we've had Harry, like, properly train, like, in combat spells, or just combat in general, actually. Besides, well, I mean, the dueling in Chamber of Secrets, I guess. Like, him learning Expecto Patronum is really fucking cool, and it always will be. Him fighting the Boggart class scene is always a right laugh. Professor Trelawney and her class is always funny in that first half. Well, she's only in that first half, I think. Trelawney's scenes are great. It's also good when she pisses off Hermione. Thank you, Sybil. I love you. Oh, yeah, the Buckbeak. The Buckbeak class scene's really good. It's just, like pretty much everything before the time jump. Before they go back in time and start fucking with everything. Everything before that is, like, really good and, like, really funny and really enjoyable. And then they go back in time and it's just, like, it's kind of boring. I mean, it's kind of exciting, but, like, it's... But once you learn, it's like, oh, it's a closed loop, you know, it's like, it was gonna happen this way anyway. And it's like, the only way this could have fucked up is if they tried to fuck it up. Hermione aged like a year using the Time Turner, by the way, which I find funny. I just remembered, I like the Sirius Black Peter Pettigrew conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. Everyone thinks Sirius did it because of Peter leaving behind a finger and like killing like 13 other Muggles or whatever in broad daylight, turning Sirius into a serial killer. Here's the problem I have with it's cool, but here's the problem I have with that though. There's this thing called Prior Incantatum, right, which looks at the last spells cast by a wand. Sirius's wand didn't kill those people. Peter's did. So this isn't the only example. The wizarding government is fucking incompetent. They constantly refuse to do like the most basic and like necessary shit constantly, and just complete no oversight basically. They're just dictators. They can just do whatever the fuck they want with no evidence. I mean, Umbridge is proof of that. But no, what happened was like Sirius killed those people. He was arrested, and then it's just like life in Azkaban. That's all I need to hear. Is it someone saw you kill a bunch of people? No further evidence, Your Honor. One witness is all we need. Sir, can we not, like, check his wand's history or anything? For, like, any potential... maybe he actually didn't cast that curse, and then the guy goes, no, what are you talking about? One person said that he did it, I believe him. That, life in Azkaban. One person made an accusation against you. Life in the worst... literally the worst place on Earth where Dementors roam. I don't like... the movie doesn't really sell how... well, no, it does. Well, it kind of does. The movie doesn't really sell how actually terrifying Dementors are. They are the most disgusting creatures in the lore. They frequent areas of intense depression. Well, they're thought to have been born from war, I think. Like, after a war, basically. Being near one is enough to kill you. Not even it, like, actively sucking you. Or, like, it Dementor kissing. Just, if you live near Dementors, your life becomes miserable. You actively can't be happy anymore in your life. Just from being near them. And Azkaban is filled with nothing but Dementors. Dementors and other people. And that's if they don't suck on you. If they suck on you, it's even worse. The only thing that cures it is, like, literally chemical happiness from chocolate. Which is why... yeah, which is why Lupin gives Harry chocolate. Which those prisoners don't have. Imagine, right, living for, like, getting life in Azkaban for a crime you didn't commit. Like, that someone has framed you for, and they've gotten away with it. And you've stayed in Azkaban for at least 10 years. We'll pretend more, but at least 10 years. And every single day of your life is nothing but you being absolutely beyond miserable. You are incapable of not only thinking about, like, happy thoughts, like, you know, you're not just incapable of remembering, like, the faces of your family and shit. It's like, even if you could, it would bring you no joy. And that's the thing, they will eat your happy memories away to the point where you can't remember it. The only thing that kept Sirius sane was the knowledge that he knew he was innocent. That's it. Like, that was spite, basically. And most of the other fucking people in Azkaban are already insane. And that's just from living near them. Just living near them. They don't need to suck on you to make your life a hell, but that does speed the fucking process up, though. And the Dementor's kiss is still easily the worst fate in all of Harry Potter. Losing your soul. What a disgusting fucking creature. Like, Dementors are awful. I love them. They're so well made, too. Just a creature that literally sucks a happiness vampire. Like, that's great. It doesn't kill you physically. It kills you mentally to the point where your brain is nothing but hatred and contempt, to the point where, like, you cannot be fucked using your motor neurons to move. You just lie in a pool of your own fucking self-misery until the day you starve to death. Just because you live next to a Dementor. Amazing creatures. Interesting too. I've also, this is like a little thing I've had going in my head for years now, actually, but wizards typically, spell creation is a thing. Spell creation is just like, you can just make spells up on the fly. It's very tricky. It's damn near impossible, actually. It's incredibly hard. And you have to know what you're doing. You can, like, you remember when Seamus in Philosopher's Stone was trying to turn the water into rum? That's a thing you can do. Like, it's spell create. It's magic. Magic's magic. Like, it does whatever you want it to. You just have to find out how to make it do what you want it to do. It's how they got apparition from the dodos, because they watched the dodos do it, and then they learned how to apparate. And I've always wondered if it's possible, in a way, if there's a spell that mimics a Dementor's suck, and if you can steal someone's soul. That's always interested me, because a ton of spells are learnt from animals around the Wizarding World, which is interesting. Sirius fighting Snape, no, well yeah, like that whole kerfuffle is always interesting. Peter Pettigrew being Scabbers the whole time always rose a few eyebrows. I love seeing the memes of Fred and George reading the Marauders map, seeing Ron sleeping next to a man. I see nothing wrong with this. Lupin being affected with lycanthropy is, like, incredibly tragic, because of Fenrir Greyback, who is probably one of the most disgusting human beings I've ever known in fiction, who purposefully infects children with lycanthropy. He specifically targets children, kidnaps them, bites them, infects them, and then raises them to exclusively just be feral werewolves. Lupin deserved better. Especially considering he fucking dies in the Battle of Hogwarts. I really like the bit where they're escaping the Whomping Willow and Lupin goes full wolf, and then I love the bit where Pettigrew picks up the wand and he's like, ha! And then Harry just goes Expelliarmus out of his hands, and then he just waves at him, and then really fucking badly becomes a rat. And ditches his clothes, which is not how animagus work, because your clothes and features and shit become part of the animal. Like McGonagall's cat, McGonagall's cat form has glass marks in her fur. I'm not sure if that's the same in the movie version or not, but there was no need to make Peter fucking go naked, solid rat, sorry, I should say. Considering that when he went from Scabbers to Peter, he had fucking clothes on. I have a lot of praise to talk about, like the first half, and then the Time Turner shit happens. And I don't fucking care anymore. Because most of it is like, oh, stuff we've seen. It's like seeing... It's like when a cartoon does that thing where, like, one episode follows a couple characters' journeys that sometimes intersect with another group of characters' journeys, and then the next episode follows that set of characters. It's that, and I hate that too. Like, typically. Unless some, like, big brain shit is revealed when that shit happens, or like something fucking insane happens. I don't care. And in Harry Potter and in Prisoner of Azkaban, it's just Buckbeak goes free, which is good to know, I guess, and Sirius goes free. Good to know, I guess. And it's like, oh, and Harry being the one. Well, that's another thing. Like, the second they go back in time, you know Harry's the one who does the Patronus, not his dad. Like, but Harry is being a fucking idiot and being like, oh no, it's my dad. It's not gonna be me who's back in time right now. No, it's my dad. My dad's gonna do it. It's like, God bless. God fucking bless. Poor Ron. Poor Ron being left behind and treated like shit. I also forgot to mention that Prisoner of Azkaban is the first movie with Michael Gambon to be Dumbledore, and I love Michael Gambon as Dumbledore, but Richard Harris was perfect. Harry gets his firebolt at the end of the movie instead of like halfway in, which is when he's meant to get it. I like the joke where Dumbledore pats Ron's leg multiple times and hurts him. I sound like I'm hating on it, but honestly, like, I would still gladly watch Prisoner of Azkaban over Chamber of Secrets any fucking day.